Today I want to give you 7 tips on how I get the best out of my tripod for landscape and travel photography. The first tip that I want to give you is to make sure you know how to clean your tripod. As you can see, or you hopefully can see, the legs of my tripod are actually in the water in the River Loire here. Now the legs are being exposed to whatever elements that there might be, and so afterwards what I should be doing is going back home and cleaning that tripod. Now if you're out and about at the beach where your tripod is likely to be exposed to salt water, you must certainly clean your tripod off in warm water. That salt will react with the carbon fibre in your tripod. If you've got a carbon fibre tripod, if it's aluminium as well, it's going to start getting all sorts of nasties on there. You don't want that. Learn how to take your tripod apart, learn how to clean it and put it back together. It really will save your tripod when you're out and about and give you a tripod that's going to be used for years and years and years. The second tip that I want to give you is to make sure your tripod is leveled off. There are so many times when I'm out and about doing landscape photography and I see people, they just put their tripod up and you can see it leaning over to one side. Maybe they've got spikes on, maybe not, but personally I prefer to make sure everything is level here. I want it leveled off, I want it balanced so the center of gravity is going straight down. There's nothing worse than turning it back, there's a gust of wind, your tripod goes over with your expensive camera and you've got a nice repair bill. Make sure it's leveled off, it really will help things in the long run. The third tip that I want to give you is about tripod height and center columns. I see it so often where people have a tripod, a good tripod, when they put their camera on, the height of the camera and tripod is still about here. They're then having to look down and stoop down to look through the viewfinder. Can be frustrating, but also to get it up to eye height, which very often they want to do, they then put the center column up. As soon as you put the center column up, you start to get instability. Instability then means images that aren't going to be sharp. Certainly if there's a good wind that's around, like for example in my last video when we were on Rannoch Moor, a lot of wind that was around, therefore the chances of instability were very high. So we had to have good tripods to get our images sharp. Because at the end of the day, do you really want to go home with blurry images? Absolutely not. Make sure you get a tripod where as soon as you've put the camera on the tripod, it's at eye height to begin with. You're not putting up the center column. Center column equals instability, equals images that aren't sharp at all, and we don't want that. The fourth tip that I want to share with you is with regards to the tripod head. Now, a couple of years ago I got this Benro head along with a Benro tripod, and this Benro head takes an Arca Swiss style plate. What's so good about an Arca Swiss style against all the others? Well, with this, what I can do is I can use an L plate on my camera, and if I want to turn my camera vertically instead of having it in a landscape mode, then all I have to do is just turn it straight onto the top of the camera. A scene like there is behind me where I've got trees that are in rows, what I've done is I've lined up the center tree, I've put a tree in the center I should say of my scene, and if I was to turn the head like this, then what it's going to do is that instead of looking straight down the trees and then I've hidden one or two of the trees behind this center tree, then they'll start to come out to the side. But I don't want that. I want to keep everything as nice as I've got it, as I've already composed here. So that then all I can do is just take my camera off, just do this, undo the Arca Swiss, turn it round, and then there you go. There's a quick, easy and simple way of getting a portrait shot and not losing the overall composition, certainly for me when it comes to those trees and having them move either left or right. Everything is kept nice. And of course the other thing is, if you've levered off your tripod, like I mentioned very early on in these tips, is that if you wanted to then do a panoramic shot of these trees, which would be absolutely look really nice with the way that they're lined out, then it's much easier again having an Arca Swiss plate than having to then turn your camera from landscape into portrait. It's much nicer, it saves a lot more time, and you end up with images that are a lot easier to stitch when it comes to working away in Lightroom or Photoshop. The fifth tip that I want to share with you, it seems obvious, but you see it so often in landscape and travel photography. People set their tripod up and then they hold on to their tripod for dear life. Why do you want to do that? If you set your tripod up correctly, it's all leveled off, it's balanced, there's a nice center of gravity with it. Why do you want to get hold of your tripod? The nerves in my hands are going to transfer through the tripod into the camera, creating camera shake, creating images that are blurred. I don't want that. The only time that I would take hold of my tripod is when it's a really windy day, and then if I think there's a shot I really want, then what I'll do is I'll push down here to try and get the center of gravity down and really stable, to get it rooted down in the ground. But basically, just don't get hold of your tripod, leave it alone unless absolutely necessary. The sixth tip that I want to share with you is using a long lens with your tripod. I see it so often whereby people are out and about in the landscape, they're on their travels, but also you see it on YouTube a lot with people that they're using long lenses, and what they're doing is they're putting their camera like this, and it just creates so much overweight of the lens going over the front of the tripod. You don't want to do that. You want to get your camera back here so it's more centralized, so the center of gravity is still going down more through here rather than over there. It's just not good. You're not going to get sharp images. So for example, behind me there is the Chateau de Chenonceau. It's a long lens shot. The lens was, I took a shot at nearly 300 millimeters. That's a long focal length. If I can't get it sharp, what do? I have to make sure everything is balanced properly. So I've got my tripod, as I said earlier, it's all leveled off, everything is level, and I'm getting the shot that I want. It's sharp. Why? Because the lens is centrally over the tripod rather than the camera body being on the tripod head itself. So that's the sixth tip. Make sure you've got a lens collar for your long lenses. It will absolutely help get your shots that much sharper when you're out and about. The seventh and final tip that I want to share with you is this hook here that you find on a lot of tripods on the center column. What I do at times is to basically get a bungee cable that attaches here, and then the other end I can put on my camera bag when it's on the floor. Now note that I say that when my camera bag is on the floor and the camera bag is not swinging like a pendulum off the end of your tripod. You don't want that. You want your camera as stable as you can get it. You want the tripod as stable as you can get it. You want this being pulled down by that bungee cable, creating a really nice strong weight going down to the center of that tripod. So get a bungee cable, they're not that expensive, attach it here, attach it to your camera bag on the floor. It will help pull it down, it will help create a really nice solid base with your tripod to get sharp images with your camera. So there you go, there's 7 tips for getting a lot more out of your tripod and getting the best out of your tripod, ensuring that it survives all the rigors of travel and landscape photography. Hopefully you've enjoyed what it is you've seen. If you have, please do subscribe down there, click on subscribe and then the notification bell up there to get notification of any new videos and vlogs that I might upload. What's coming up next? I'm off to Argentina in about 5 days time, going down Cape Horn. A number of other things coming up as well. So if you don't see another video for a couple of weeks or so, you'll know why. I'm going to be basically out of communication. Until then, thanks so much to all my subscribers, new and old. It's great having you around. Thank you so much for participating. I'll see you on the next one.